Hey there, teachers. You've survived the first 9 weeks. Yay! But I know one of those pressing questions that people are still asking is how do I organize my Schoology classroom so that my students can find what they need? A lot of you were sending us feedback that your kids are still saying things like, where is that? Or I can't find that? Or what did we do yesterday? And so I'm going to take you on a tour of some Schoology classrooms to help you get some ideas for different ways that you can organize yours. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. This one belongs to Carrie Villarreal, who is an English teacher at Harlan High School. And Carrie's done a really great job of organizing her Schoology classroom so that students can find what they need. One way that she's done this is by creating an announcement that has all of that essential contact information here at the top. And because it was created as an announcement, this is what students see when they log into her classroom every day. When you scroll down, you'll see the class Zoom post, course information, and then folders for every week. Now, Carrie has color-coded her folders, but that's just because she's extra that way. So thank you, Carrie, for having a gorgeous and well-organized landing page for your students. I'm going to click right here on September 21st to 25th to see how she's organized her week. So the first thing that you'll notice is that she has the week at a glance embedded so that students can see what they're supposed to be doing during every day. And then if I scroll down here, you can see all of her, again, color-coded folders that go with every day of the week. And when I click on, for example, Tuesday, I'm going to see today's to-do list. And this is really similar to the agenda that she probably would have posted in the classroom if she was working with kids in person. So here's today's to-do list, and it has all of the items that students need to complete for today's learning. You'll notice as well that she's color-coded the tasks on her slide. So the answer discussion board question is a formative assessment, and then anything that would have appeared in that kind of reddish maroon would be a summative. And then when I scroll down, I can find all three of the tasks here. So writing the literary argument, color marking the literary argument, and then here's that discussion activity analysis of a student sample that counts as the formative assessment for the day. This is another great example from Kate Gervais, who's an English teacher at Clark High School. So the first thing I want you to notice over here on the left is that Kate has updated her profile picture. So she's still using that profile pic that the district asked all high school English teachers to use, but we've added a text box in the center where Kate can see which class period this is, so that when she goes to her Schoology courses, before we added that text box, they all look the same. It was really hard to figure out which class period was which, but with that text box, Kate's able to see at a glance which class she wants to click on. The other thing I want to show you is her buttons, and Kate has done a really great job with buttons. I know when we talked about her class buttons in Schoology, she was telling me she's a little obsessed, and I can relate to that totally. So she's got a button for the class Zoom, the attendance form, her contact information, even things like the library and the SSR links. And one of the things that Kate has added for her seniors in particular are senior announcements. And, when you teach seniors, you're constantly sending them updates from local colleges about graduation announcements, from the academic dean, from the counselors, from different student organizations, and Kate has put all of those into one folder called Senior Announcements. So it becomes this sort of one-stop shop for her seniors who are looking for some information about what's going on. The other one that she wanted me to share with all of you is this button right here. And Kate was saying this one is where the magic happens, that her students have really embraced this one in particular, because the This Week button is the most helpful one in her collection. So when we click on it, it's going to take students directly to this week, and they can find the work that they need to complete for the week. And when I go here, you'll see that everything is laid out by day and it's updated week by week. Now, Kate does have to do some work to get that link working. So when she goes into her buttons, she does have to update this link on a regular basis so that it reflects the current week's folder. But once she does that, her students are able to find everything really simply just by clicking on this week. If you want some more information on how to add buttons to your Schoology page, I've left that in the notes here on this video. Here's another example of a really nicely organized Schoology classroom. This is Desiree Feiner, and she is at Warren High School. And when we look at her, she's also created that announcement so that students can see this information at the top every day when they log in. And then when you scroll down, you'll see her assignments chunked by week. So let's take a look at her week 4. And these are also color-coded as well because Desiree is also just a little extra that way. Thank you, Desiree. So in week 4, we've got our week at a glance here at the top. And just like with Carrie Villarreal, she has all of her assignments chunked for kids so that they can see exactly what the objectives are. And then she's also outlined what they are doing during that 15-minute synchronous time, and then what they're doing for the rest of that 35-minute period. She also has her assignments, like I said, chunked into some more manageable pieces. So if you're someone who's been working with our Northside ELA hyperdocs, these are going to look familiar to you. But in that hyperdoc, you'll notice that the original version has something like 6 or 7 steps to it. And what she's done is only give her kids enough content and enough activities to make that more manageable for just one day's work. So in this part of the assignment, they're only working on the warm-up and then reading the excerpt from that mentor text, Coach Wooden and Me by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And then on Tuesday, her students would work on the next chunk, anecdote as supporting evidence. So again, same lesson, we're still in that same text. And now this time we're thinking about author's purpose and then doing some close reading and then working on a discussion question about the author's use of an anecdote. So what she's done is, again, just breaking down those chunks of the hyperdoc into a more manageable piece that her students can work on a little bit every day. And this is another way to help her manage what she does with kids during synchronous time and during semi-synchronous or asynchronous time. Here's another example from Vanessa Martinez, who teaches at Brennan High School. When I look at Vanessa's landing page, one of the first things that you'll notice is that she has her welcome message, just like everyone else did. But she also has this reminder about the daily attendance for students who miss the Zoom call. So if you can't make it to the synchronous Zoom meeting, you can come here and click on the Google form for attendance. And she's set up just a very simple system. Her attendance form says, name, class period. After checking the calendar in Schoology, I understand I'm responsible for the following assignments. And then by checking the box, I acknowledge that my absence will be corrected, but I'm still responsible for the assignments and learning opportunities I missed in the Zoom call. So this is just a quick, easy way for her to catch any students who were absent, but are still engaging in the work in Schoology and therefore would be counted present. If I scroll down a little bit further in her classroom, I'm going to find her essential contact information. This is always here for kids in case they need to reach her at any time. And then what's really nice about Vanessa's classroom is that she has a daily agenda. And this is a Google slide deck. So what she's done is arrange it so that the latest slide occurs first. That way when kids get into their classroom, they can see exactly what's on the agenda for today, including the lesson objectives, the instructions, some reminders, and they can go back if they need to and see what was going on on a different date. So like if I was absent on the 13th, I can scroll through this Google slide deck and find out what I missed that day and see the work that I need to complete to get myself caught up. That's just a quick tour of some of the ways teachers have found to organize their classrooms to make them easily navigable and effective for their students. If you need help organizing your Schoology classroom, be sure to drop me a line. I'm just an email, a phone call, or a Google Hangout away. I'm also going to add the links to some video tutorials that you can use to help you get started.